Hello and welcome to the Barnbrook Systems Podcast. I'm Roddy Duarte.
And I'm Samantha Triviño. We're your hosts today, and we're joined by Andrew Barnett, Managing Director at Barnbrook Systems. Today, we're exploring Barnbrook's MRO offering, maintenance, repair and overhaul, and how it supports critical industries like rail, marine, aerospace and defence.
We'll talk about what MRO really means, how Barnbrook is innovating in this space, and how its solutions are helping clients improve reliability, safety, and operational efficiency. Andrew, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
So, Andrew, let's start with the basics. What does MRO mean across the sectors Barnbrook's works in?
Okay, so MRO, maintenance, repair and overhaul. It's very much a buzzword within the defence and aerospace industry. Rail knows it as something slightly different, but in essence, it's about maintaining assets that are currently in operation. So we help support that. And in order to support that, and we've been doing that for 4 decades, the company has been going for nearly 5 decades. So 40 years of that, we've been helping companies maintain stuff that is working today. In order to do that, we have a wealth of capability and a wealth of knowledge. Our combined experience is over 100 years based on the people and engineers that we've got working for us.
Interesting. So you mentioned aerospace and rail. Do you span any other industries that maybe aren't mentioned, just so maybe our listeners could actually, hey, I'm in X industry and MRO is offered to them?
Yeah. So we also cover the maritime and defense markets, and we also help to support fire and security, particularly on data centers and petrochem installations. So very, very broad market sector.
Interesting.
Sorry, you mentioned aerospace there. So tell us more about that.
So we're a CAA and FAA certified repair and overhaul center. So we are also accredited by Gulfstream directly. That gives us the ability to support aircraft that are flying currently. So we support both civil and military aircraft in our capabilities.
So you mentioned about these certifications. What does it mean for Barnbrook or for the customers that are wanting your service for MRO?
Obviously the key bit is safety, reliability and traceability. The certifications, CAA and FAA, mean that as an organization, we can't hide behind us being a limited company. So as managing director, I am personally and fully accountable for everything that we do here. And that is different from other activities. So if something goes wrong on an aircraft or on a ship or on a tank or a train, then it's me personally that come after first and the business second. And that makes a huge difference.
I want to touch back on the certifications, because I think sometimes people are not familiar, even they are in these industries. It's a high caliber to get these. You have to have a high caliber and significant investment. Am I right?
Yeah.
Certifications?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, getting the certifications is not an instant activity. In some cases, it can take many years to get fully certified. You also, from a CAA perspective, you also have to be interviewed and vetted. So you can't just waltz in and decide you're going to go into that particular industry. Then you've got to maintain it. So to maintain it, you need a small team of people to be able to do that, to make sure that everyone is following the right processes and procedures all the time, every time. And we carry, obviously, an audit and certification bill in the region of $150,000 a year just to maintain the certificates on the wall. That's not actually doing any work. So it's very expensive, as well as can be quite grueling. Our audit process when they come in would typically be a 6-day audit of the whole organization. And that draws in every single aspect of the business, from the order coming in to the bits going out, which is why it's so in depth.
Absolutely fantastic. I mean, with all this is like trust is inherent. And we see this with Barnbrook, obviously, with having all those certifications that are, worldwide and valid everywhere. Now moving on, like let's talk about innovation. What kind of technology is Barnbrook bringing to MRO?
Well, first of all, the ability to reverse engineer and re-engineer. Now, re-engineering, you have to be very, very careful in the MRO space because the original equipment that comes in that either needs maintaining, repairing, or overhauling, and there is a big difference between repair versus overhaul. Repair means fix it, get it tested, and then send it back out. Overhaul can mean almost complete breakdown of the product and a rebuild of the product. And what we also do in that is we also look to see if there are any improvements that don't violate certification that can help the product in the future. So we look for things like fluid ingress or where things are getting hot when they shouldn't do, and then we make the necessary changes if we can do that without getting it recertified, because recertification can be a very, very costly exercise. Mm-hmm. So we bring all of that capability and expertise as part of what we do on a day-to-day basis.
Okay. And that includes legacy systems as well.
It's very much around legacy systems, and legacy and sunset are two words that are thrown around. The essence of it is that the assets are running and they are all working today. So whilst we'd all love to be part of the future programs, those future programs could be 5, 10, or even 15 years away. And in the meantime, all of these trains, these ships, these planes, these military vehicles need to keep running today and tomorrow and the day after. And that's we provide the sort of cost-effective support that is fully certified and is safe and is reliable. And that is absolutely critical to Barnbrook.
And I know that you also have some in-house technology that you have developed. I believe it's BlueCube.
BlueCube. Yeah, BlueCube is our Internet of Things capability.
So we're having this tech that's in-house applied to MRO instead of just new products and new things. Actually, you're using it how?
So in a particular case in rail, we've reverse engineered and re-engineered brake control systems for trains. So we actually control the brakes on the trains. And we've implemented the BlueCube framework inside the brake control system so that we can live monitor that particular train and that particular brake controller. And part of the reason for live enabling is it feeds us data to say how it's being used in the field, so that we know what the brake controller actually sees versus how we've tested it. So it helps us improve the product over time, improve our testing, and also in some cases re-educate the people that are using it. Now, this technology is non-invasive, and that's very important. It means that it doesn't affect the operation of the unit at all, but the smart enablement enhances the capability back to us so that we can see how it's performing.
It's fantastic. So it's all, this technology gives you foresight of how you're using these equipment. So you mentioned there is inherently an internal aspect to BlueCube. Is there something, an external sense to it as well?
So we put computer controlled electronic systems of varying sizes and varying capabilities inside these units, depending on what we need to monitor. And we can monitor a whole raft of different things, from shock and vibration to temperature, to power, humidity. And that feeds through the BlueCube system. It transmits the data through communications technology that we've got inherent, either within the asset or through the GSM network, feeds through to our computers. Our computers then analyze that data and can alert for things going wrong before they go wrong. And this is the drive towards predictive maintenance. So this takes MRO to another level. It means that we can monitor things and we can try and predict when things might be going wrong before they go wrong.
Well, I find this very interesting because when I personally think about MRO, I was like, oh, it's just about old structures or things, trying to keep them chugging along. But actually, there's technology that's actually forward thinking to keep them running. I mean, it's just not about new tech. It's just about keeping proven systems operational, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. And we all know that even though things are getting relatively cheaper, the cost of replacing some of these assets is not. We're talking hundreds of millions or billions to replace these assets, and you're replacing it with something that might be new but is not fully proven, whereas we're working with fully proven equipment. So the desire to push the life of that equipment out further than it was originally designed is attractive financially because it's still working. So some of our platforms are being pushed out 5, 10, and 15 years into the future, and we're here to support that for another 15 years.
Interesting. So I wanted to ask you on certain industries, and please don't answer if there's some sensitive things that you cannot say, obviously, because you work with defense companies and with government. But is there any application that you could review about defense, just in case anyone hearing this is in the industry or works with the defense company or produces products for defense companies?
Well, one area of innovation stroke MRO is our in-flight refuel switch for helicopters.
Oh, fantastic!
So that enables a helicopter that previously could not refuel in the air or on a ship deck as it was rolling at sea because of the danger of aircraft fuel coming out of the aircraft. So we developed the switch to enable safe refueling in the air, which then extends the range and capability of an already proven aircraft.
Are you able to reveal who that client is or no?
We work very closely with Leonardo.
Oh, fantastic. I mean, a household brand, right, in defense?
Yep, absolutely.
That's really exciting.
Yep.
Brilliant. Right, we've got some talking about other things as well. Barnbrook recently expanded internationally. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah, so whilst we have shipped globally for a number of years, presence overseas has become certainly more important. And as geopolitics is playing an even bigger part in business and even some people's day-to-day lives, it's important to get people on the grounds to understand what's really going on and help. So we set up an office in Central Europe. We've set one up in the US, and we've now set up partnerships in South Korea, in China, and Australia. And these are very much joint activity partnerships. This is not just a name on a business card. So we connect on a regular basis to find out, one, what's going on in country and how some of our capabilities can help, but also to give us the visibility to plan as close as we can to the future as it changes so rapidly.
Oh, interesting. So what kind of impacts are you seeing from the MRO solutions you're providing?
Well, we're seeing that product that previously was thought to be close to being made obsolete is being reviewed. We recently won some activity with the Japanese Navy. They've decided that they need support for another 10 years. So for us as a company, that gives me 10 years of slightly more comfort. It also means that we've got a product line that has still got a further 10 years of life in one particular application. Now, we wouldn't have done that had we not had the global view that we've recently had and hooking up with partners in various countries.
Yeah, you have a global and local view. I mean, the service, I think, is very important for all these vast sectors, because essentially you're saving so much money to these entities because you're keeping these products in service, but also just you're saving basically work hours for these service people, service women that are in this industry because they don't have to train.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean the cost of replacing an asset, as you alluded to, is not just a case of replacing the physical asset. There is all the training and support that goes with it. And if you've got people that have been using equipment for a great many years, they know that equipment. They know what works, they know what doesn't work. And if you can keep that going, then it's very, very cost effective to keep it running. So having a UK-based MRO capability, and it's important to say that it's UK-based, we do the work here. It does put us in a strong position to help support all of those organisations that want to keep assets running.
Brilliant.
Andrew, thank you for sharing your insights. It's clear that Barnbrook's MRO solutions are making a real difference across multiple industries.
And for our listeners, if you'd like to learn more, visit barnbrooksystems.com/MRO. Thanks for tuning in. Andrew, it was brilliant to learn more about the MRO sector and what Barnbrook is doing in this space.
Yeah. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Cheers.